Hello there. So, as many of you already know, there are huge problems with banking worldwide, and it's absolute chaos. If you check our website, you can read the full article, but I'll break it down. So, Kiwi Bank in New Zealand and ASB have reported issues with accepting payments on online banking systems. ANZ is experiencing intermittent issues with credit and debit cards. BNZ has also confirmed they're affected. And the problems, they've acknowledged them and they're working on them. So, what is the problem exactly? Because it's affecting pretty much anything payment related. I've had a few concerns from clients calling us up, and they say, what do we do against Microsoft having a global outage like this? Quite frankly, it's not a Microsoft issue. So what happened is there's a product called Crowdstrike, which is used by these major institutions as a cybersecurity product. So think of it as a Norton or an ESET antivirus or something like that, but on a much bigger scale. And let's be honest, this will not be the first time that something like this happens. The world is so interconnected, and it's not just software like Microsoft or Linux or Android systems or Mac iOS or Mac OS or anything like that. Eventually, at any given time, we've had situations where Google's mail has failed. We couldn't log into Facebook. We couldn't log into Twitter. We couldn't log onto the Apple authentication didn't work. Heck, a couple of months ago, I brought a brand new camera to a client to set it up, and I couldn't get it working because the TP-Link, which is they make routers for crying out loud, connecting the internet. Their authentication service went down, so I couldn't set up the new product. It happens, and generally it gets resolved. This, however, is a major cluster. So this company called Crowdstrike, allegedly, I'm going to preface anything I say with Crowdstrike in this video with the word allegedly, all right? Because I don't want to have my butt sued off. Crowdstrike is what we know about it is that it is a guy from McAfee. He started the company apparently in 2012. His name is George Kurtz, and the ownership structure of this company is of individual investors, institutions, and various retail. The company's stock is broken down to two large investor categories. Funny enough, BlackRock and Vanguard own quite a large percentage of this thing. About 40% is owned by institutional investors, about 57% is owned by public companies and individual investors. It's about a $65 billion company, and they have. So what happened is they released a product or a patch or a fix or something, and it has crippled Microsoft Windows computers. Now, this could be anything. We've had situations in the past where Brother released an update, or Microsoft released an update, and it broke Brother printers. We've had a situation where Epson printers and these other labeling printers suddenly stopped, like Zebra or Zebra's printers just stopped working. Everything doesn't always gel together, and it's surprisingly easier for things to all go wrong than for things to go right in IT. So it can affect anything. I mean, we've had issues with Apple, we've had issues with Microsoft, we've had global, I would call them IT pandemics, where a virus has caused major knocks and loss of data, like the I Love You virus, which renamed all files with the word I Love You. And I remember a couple of years ago, like 20 or 2 decades ago, this lady came to me. She got all these photographs from her au pairing or working on a ship. And just before she came back, she opened up an email, and the I Love You virus basically wiped out all her files and all her photos of the whole 2 or 3 years of trip. No backups, so she lost everything. And so this will happen again. It's not a Microsoft issue. It is a third-party application, allegedly, called Crowdstrike. Ironically enough, a few days ago, they were taunting or touting, I should say, this product. Exciting news! Today we announced Crowdstrike Falcon Complete Next Gen MDR to stop breaches with unprecedented speed and precision across the entire enterprise attack surface. That was on the 16th of July. So we're on the 19th. So I guess something went completely balls up is the only way to describe it. So yeah, it's a cybersecurity product. It's a US-based American cybersecurity firm that helps companies manage their security in IT environments, so banking and retail and government. Because apparently there's issues everywhere, anywhere the software is installed, and they're trying to fix it. But unfortunately, with the blue screen of death, which is when the computer starts up, most people have seen it, or not most, but a lot of people have seen it. We're certainly called to fix it a lot of times. It's not something you can generally fix remotely, so they're more than likely going to have to send an IT guy to each and every site to fix this. With the major layoffs in the IT sector, oh, it's going to take a while. That's all I can say. Um, yeah, you really appreciate your IT guy when you have fired him, all right? So we got retail sector issues in New Zealand. Woolworths has reported technical issues. Mitre 10 and Bunnings have reported. Customers at the Lynn Mall in Auckland have reported that point of sale just doesn't work. So FPOS is FUBAR. The Auckland Transport's hop card systems are down, impacting fare payments. Air travel. Christchurch Airport has confirmed IT issues that can affect flight arrivals and departures. Travellers are advised to check with airlines before heading to the airport. Government and media are having problems. In New Zealand's parliament systems, including phones, have been affected. Media companies globally, including those in New Zealand and Australia, are experiencing significant disruptions. Journalists are facing issues with computers crashing and rebooting, causing delays and problems in news broadcasting. So all these little companies that are serviced by this third-party cybersecurity product pretty much are in a bit of a pickle. Cause of the outage is linked to a third-party software platform provided by Crowdstrike. And Australian authorities confirmed there's no evidence to suggest that it's a terrorist attack, a hack, or any sort of cybersecurity incident. I have been following the forums, the security forums. There is a patch available, a workaround to make this all work, basically by disabling the software. I don't know how well that's going to work for privacy, security, and just general prevention of attacks and intrusion until they manage to resolve the thing. But this is going to take days, if not weeks, to sort out. Billions of dollars are going to be lost in this. I mean, you got whole payment systems down. We're talking about thousands of companies and millions of computers that are affected here. So it is a huge problem. So yeah, that is what's going on at the moment. It's not a Microsoft issue. It is a CrowdStrike issue, allegedly. And yeah, we just got to wait for it to be fixed. And I hope you got a bit of a food supply stocked up, because unfortunately, cash is king at the moment, I would imagine. But then again, they can't even process that. You don't know if these retail stores like Woolworths are actually using CrowdStrike for running their systems. So it could affect on any number of things. This is what happens when, unfortunately, you have a monopoly, like Windows. I mean, you basically got a couple of systems you can use. You can use Windows, you can use Linux, and you can use Mac OS. Essentially, those are your three choices that are, dominant in the IT industry, and any one of them can be affected. I've had situations where, like I said, a camera's system has gone down, where Apple wouldn't authenticate, wouldn't reset a password. I've had situations where I couldn't recover a password because one of the authentication services, the SMS text services, wasn't working. It happens. It just happens. This, unfortunately, is just something that's happened on a much wider scale. Now, if you actually want to back up your email systems and your email records and your SharePoint files, we actually do have a backup system that we provide, and we can actually make a backup of your data. So you can contact IT near you regarding this, and we can assist with that at least. So even if the system goes down or somebody wipes your server, just in May, Google wiped out a pension fund, an Australian company's pension fund. They lost $135 billion worth of, or that's the value of the company. They just basically accidentally deleted their servers. So yeah, it can happen. And fortunately, they did have a backup, and I believe it was that alternative service provider, and they managed to get up and running. But they were down for 2 weeks, a pension company. That must have cost hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, that's crazy. So yeah, this is what's going on. FPOS is down pretty much. I don't know what it's going to be like for the next few days, but it's going to be chaos, I imagine. Hopefully they get most of the services online as soon as possible. But yeah, it's not a Microsoft issue, although people are saying Microsoft is down worldwide. My mail is still working. My systems are still working. It appears to affect Windows machines that have these CrowdStrike software. You can be darn sure that Microsoft is assisting CrowdStrike, and everyone's pulling together to try and get everything resolved as soon as possible. So yeah, that is the breaking news, and but you know this already. If you would like decent cybersecurity work done on your site and an assessment of your vulnerabilities and an implementation of a good data recovery or a disaster recovery, contact IT near you. We're in Wellington. We're the IT company near you, and we're contactable on 0800 42 0042. And you can also email us at info@itnearyou. That's itnearyou.nz. All right, no co.nz, just IT near you, the letter U.nz. And the details are in the description down below. Also, in the description below is an article about this whole thing on our website. Go have a read through it. And yeah, there you go. We just got to wait it out, I guess, and wait for the techies to fix it. Have a good one.